The 26-point blowout against the Pacers is already old news. In the NBA, a win like that is a 24-hour high, but for Mike Brown, it was a data point. While Knicks fans, including myself, were celebrating the score, the real story was happening in the box scores DNP section. Mohamed Diawara, the rookie who has been a spark plug for this team's defensive identity, did not touch the floor at all, excluding the non-significant minutes he played at the end of the game. But Jordan Clarkson, the veteran who spent weeks at the end of the bench, is officially back in the mix. Today, we're not talking about a single win, but we're talking about a fundamental shift in the Knicks' philosophy as we head toward April. The rookie experiment is on ice and the veteran chops era has begun. Let's look at exactly what Mike Brown said. He did not sugarcoat it. He noted that offensively, the team has been a little up and down. And he decided to throw Jordan Clarkson out there because he's been good for us. But the key word in the quote is, quote, veteran chops. For a coach like Brown, who has been vocal about his frustration with the starting unit's lack of consistency, this is a calculated move. Diawara has been great. He's 6'9", he has a 7'4" wingspan, and he's been one of the most efficient second rounders in the league. But in a playoff environment, coaches value predictability over the potential. You know exactly what you're getting with Jordan Clarkson, 15 points off the bench on average, one-on-one gravity, and a player who is not going to be rattled by a hostile road crowd. Diawara definitely has the higher ceiling, but Clarkson has the higher floor right now, and Mike Brown is coaching for the second seed and for the playoffs, not for next season. Why now though, you might ask? Why pull the plug on Diawara when the team's defense has been #1 in the league over the last 60 days? It comes down to the shot hierarchy. There have been times the Knicks offense has occasionally stalled, but Mo Diawara is a play finisher. He's an elite corner spacer and a lob threat, but he does not create his own shot that well. Now, Jordan Clarkson, on the other hand, is an offensive engine. When the play breaks down and the clock is at 5 seconds, Clarkson can get you a bucket. Mike Brown is essentially betting that our defensive structure, led by OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, is strong enough to hide Clarkson's defensive lapses in exchange for that veteran scoring punch. It's a classic playoff adjustment. You tighten the rotation, you lean on your veterans, and you prioritize guys who can create something out of nothing. But at the same time, we have to be even-keeled about the risk here. By benching Mo, you're losing 6'9" of length on the perimeter. You're losing a player who allows you to switch everything without a mismatch. Jordan Clarkson has been great lately, averaging around 15 points on 54% shooting, but he does not offer the same versatility defensively. If the Knicks' defense starts to slip over this next stretch, the fans are going to be loud about bringing Mo back, including myself. But Mike Brown's message is clear. The experimental phase of the 2026 season is over. He's found a group of guys that he really trusts, and it's a group that leans heavily on experience. Whether it's Clarkson, Shamet, Alvarado, and eventually Deuce when he comes back by playoff time, the bench is being reshaped into a playoff-ready unit. Diawara just has to stay ready in the gym, working on his shots and shot creation just like Clarkson did during his DNPs, but for now, the rookie has been relegated to a break glass in case of emergency role. But here's the reality that Mo Diawara and Jordan Clarkson both have to face. The cavalry is coming. Mike Brown just gave us the most encouraging update that we've heard since January. Deuce McBride is officially taking contact and doing on-court work. Brown was cautious, saying that he does not want to set a firm date because he does not want to get his hopes up, but he made it clear that the medical staff has done a fantastic job. Remember, before that sports hernia surgery, Deuce was not just a backup, he was the engine of our bench defense and our most reliable floor spacer at 42% from deep. When he returns, the rotation math gets very simple and very cold. Jordan Clarkson has been playing well recently, but he's essentially a rental for Deuce's minutes. The second McBride is cleared, Clarkson likely becomes the odd man out once again. It's a tough business, but Brown is prioritizing that two-way connectivity that only Deuce provides. And speaking of the rotation tightening, we just got word about the Knicks injury report for tomorrow's game against the Nets. Josh Hart is officially out against the Nets due to right runner's knee and injury management, but Jalen Brunson will be in. But the Hart move is the definition of a smart but risky move. We all know Hart is the ultimate glue guy, logging 37+ minutes and doing the work, the dirty work that keeps this team afloat. With the playoffs exactly 1 month away, Mike Brown is clearly prioritizing health over a regular season win. But the Knicks have way more than enough firepower, even without Josh Hart or even some other starters, to beat this Brooklyn Nets team. This could very well be one of those nights where Mo Diawara gets another look, not because Brown changed his mind, but because Hart's absence leaves a massive 6'9" hole in the wingspan department that Jordan Clarkson simply cannot fill. Now, what we're seeing right now is a head coach who is done with the regular season mindset. Mike Brown is coaching for April. He benched Mo Diawara for Clarkson because he wanted veteran scoring. He's resting Josh Hart because this would almost give him an entire week to get those legs fresh for a 7-game series in the playoffs. And he's keeping his fingers crossed for Deuce McBride because he knows this team's defensive ceiling is not fully realized without him. So tomorrow should be a good opportunity for someone like Mo Diawara to regain that trust from Mike Brown. Mike Brown is building a veteran-heavy, battle-tested unit that can survive the playoffs, even if it means some of our young favorites have to watch from the sidelines for now. The next man up era was about survival, the veteran chops era is about a championship run. But Knicks Nation, let me know your predictions for the Brooklyn game below with no hard who steps up. I'm sticking around in the comments to talk rotations with you guys today. It's been KNYT here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.